Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Simone Vincenzi Talks Business, my daily show where I talk about all the decisions that we make in GTeX, the things that are working, the things that are not working, and so you can get insight on how we run our company and things that you can do right now in your business. This is our third edition of the show, Coronavirus Special. And today I'm going to talk about three things. Number one is one tweak that we made to one of our sales pages that literally tripled our conversion. I'm going to talk about how Ben and Liz go out in the corporate world and getting corporate clients. And I'm going to talk about how we are dealing with our finances at GTeX, what things are we doing on a financial level. So we had one of our meetings today with we call our financial director, Michelle, and we were having really a look at what's coming in, what's going out, how to deal with a massive dip that we had in the corporate world from clients that were paying us a retainer that are not paying us the retainer anymore, or money that we are owed, and so on. So I'm going to go back to the point in a moment. But number one, let me talk about first about the tweaks that we are making to our sales pages. We are in the middle of the promotion of the profile builder, and we didn't have the success that we normally had. I mean, right now is understandable, times are different. And every other internet marketer that says, oh, I'm selling the same product I was selling before, and I'm making the same amount of money or even more, very likely they're lying to you. That's the bottom line on this story. Because I was really looking deep into what do people buy right now? We live in a different world compared to even 2 weeks ago. People are making decisions in a different way. I talked about this topic in another episode. And so what you sell needs to be aligned to what people are thinking right now, to where the conversation is going. And I was looking at why our pages are not converting as much as before. And one thing that I realized is that actually our conversation and the things that we were selling on the page didn't match the current situation. Now, obvious for someone to see, well, why didn't you thought about that before? I haven't. And so when we published and we posted the launch of the profile builder, the word was a different word and we didn't update our sales pages. What happened is that the conversation in people's mind reading that sales pages was different. So we didn't have as much take on at the beginning, and literally overnight I did three things. Those are the three things I did. I made the conversation on the sales page relevant, and the sales page relevant to our current situation. The second thing I did was to remove the pricing from the sales page, and the third thing I did is to have, and before we had an application call with £100 application fee, and remove the £100 application fee and actually have it a normal application call. Now what happened, we had more sales on the profile builder within 48 hours that we made a change compared to the previous 10 days of promotion, to give an idea. So big learning here is make sure that whatever you're selling is relevant to the current climate. Secondly, make sure that you engage in conversation, you engage as much as possible into talking to your potential clients. Anything which is done automated right now and that creates a barrier, if it's £100 or $100 or $50 or $200 is fine. But now we are talking about 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000. Now we are talking about different numbers, and it's important that you spend time to build a relationship with your potential client and, again, current customers. So that's one of the things that we did and made a huge change in the profile builder. I'm going to work even more creating content on that is surrounding the current situation. So then the second thing that I'm going to talk about is how Ben and Liz are getting corporate clients at the moment. Now, the corporate market completely almost changed overnight from companies that had to close completely. And our services to corporate are sales training to recruitment agencies. In particular, in industries that our clients were working with that are not growing right now, industries that are stagnant, like the travel industry or the Formula One industry and other industries that we were working on. So what happened is that now we ended up having a big hit on the recurring revenues that we were having from the contract that we were having in recruitment. So now Liz and Ben had to change the approach into corporate. And one of the approaches that they've tried, which recently, so this is a really early stages, but I want to give you some ideas, is to propose a series of webinars that they were doing for like a low paid fee, where one was free and the others they could have been bought. And the new clients can choose what kind of webinar they want for free, but they already know the prices of all the different trainings, they know the pricing, they know what the other trainings are, and the conversation becomes immediately a sales conversation on what is that I'm going to do next, what is that is going to happen next, if they like that particular training. And within a week, Ben and Liz sold about 5 of these webinars of the free introduction one, with already put 2 potential clients in the pipeline that were brand new, that we didn't have conversations before. So that's open up a new channel for corporate contracts and the relationship that we are building for where the recruitment market will pick up again, in particular in the full-time, not in the temp work sector. So that's on the corporate side what we're doing. And the last thing is what are we doing with our finances? As I mentioned, we have our meeting with our finance director this morning, and we are doing meetings every single week and have daily updates on money that is coming in, money that is going out, and the biggest goal that we have right now in GTeX is to lower costs, lower expenses, and build savings and build cash. So that's right now the goals that there are. Because in fact, during this moment, that's the advice that as well we have been given, is to, in particular in these times, make sure that the company runs as lean as possible. So if it doesn't make us money, if something doesn't make us money or is not necessary for the doors to be open, then does not have a place right now in our current decision-making process. Is out. That's decisions that we have to make, and they are tough decisions. They're tough decisions because now we have to deal with the contractors that were working with us, team members that unfortunately couldn't give that part. Or we had to deal with even tools that we are using to grow our business that were more like a nice to have and not a must have right now, which then goes back to the fact of when there is cash, I think people become quite lazy. I gotta say myself, become quite lazy. I got a lot of subscription and stuff that were nice to have, that we didn't add actually a real value, or they were necessary, or they were adding a massive increase. And this gave us as a moment to think about, we built the business starting from scratch without needing any money to put out and so on. And we were really conscious about the expenses that we were making. And then, like making some really good money, business goes up to $500,000, everyone is happy, we have savings, and we build a good cash flow. And then what happened, we started spending quite a lot of money because of that. So this situation gives us another way for us to have a look at things and say, you know what, let us do something different. Let's go back to what really matters to our business, what really creates an increase, what is important for us to deliver a great service, and eliminate all the things that we're there but they were not really adding as much, or they were not really necessary for the growth of the business. So these are the decisions that we are making at the moment, and they are decisions that have been advised from many people to deal in these situations that we are in this economy right now, or with the time that we are living in. Now again, remember, there is one other conversation that I had, and it's a conversation about pricing. We haven't cut our prices. We see a lot of people that are left, right, and center slashing their prices. People that were charging, £20,000 for a year, going now and charge £500 or £100 or £300. And you can see that there are a lot of people making a reacting decision or reaction. Of course, we all gotta pay our bills. Of course, we all gotta stay in business. But remember, make sure that whatever decisions you make is not gonna hurt you in the long term. Because then, if you slash your prices too much now, first of all, you're going to piss off the clients that actually pay you the prices that they paid you for. And secondly, you're going to not have, then it's going to be different to change the perception that people have about you and your business. So we have made the decision not to actually slash prices, not to give discounts. We're adding new services and products that can be more affordable for others, but we are not changing what it was before. Might add extra support, might add extra time, more flexible on the payment plans. All these things, we are aware about the situation and what's going on, and to help our community and our clients. But at the same time, remember that the decision you make today, like this moment is going to pass. What's going to happen after? So it's important to be centered in the decisions that you are making in your business. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. We talked about a few things. These are all things that are happening right now, day by day. Implementation and changes on our sales pages to increase conversion. Things that we are doing in a with corporate clients to get new clients and return current ones. Things that we are doing on a financial level to make sure that we stay cash flow positive. And then as well, decisions that we are making on pricing. So hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed to the show on Anchor, on your favorite podcasting platform, make sure you subscribe. It's Simone Vincenzi Talks Business. I'll see you tomorrow for a brand new episode. Ciao.